As the sun began to set beneath the mountains in the distance, darkness overtook the land of the surface. This wasn't an issue, though. In fact, to some, this would be considered comforting. Many in this world had never seen the sun and the brilliance it radiated, having been kept oblivious of its nature while trapped underground. While it was a wonderful sight, even a dream, to behold to those who decided to travel above, it could be overwhelming. So when the moon replaced the sun in the sky during the evening, dimming down the brightness, but still blessing the people with its own much calmer light, it allowed for moments of peace and reflection. For a certain skeleton, however, this also wasn't much. To him, unlike many others, the surface wasn't much to look at. It wasn't exciting or fresh or anything of the sort. It was simply just the underground, except instead of there being rocks beneath his feet and above his head, now it was just beneath his feet. The sky wasn't anything special during the day, just blue with white puffs and a ball of flame in the center. If anything, it was a hindrance to his constant nap schedule, always shining through his empty eye sockets. Even the nighttime sky wasn't enough for him, for the moonlight was still a little too bright. Regardless, that wasn't an issue that night. He wasn't trying to sleep, for he had made a promise, one that didn't allow him to. No, this night, he had to stay awake and supposedly enjoy the view, a promise he made to a certain somebody. That person sat next to him at this very moment. She was a woman with a small stature, her dark hair simple short, dressed in a set of oversized clothing. To most, she was a simple, ordinary person, yet the skeleton knew otherwise. Though she sat in peace now, she was a force to be reckoned with, one even he himself had challenged before, and he wasn't a pushover like his brother happened to be. He found it incredible they could sit together now, under the darkening sky, wrapped closely in a blanket. This, of course, wasn't a normal situation. The skeleton wasn't used to being so affectionate. He had taught himself to always keep his distance, to remember and see the shadows in everyone's soul, and at one time, he believed to have seen a shadow in the girl sitting next to him. However, he could no longer sense such darkness. Now, there was only light, a calm, gentle one similar to the stars that had slowly started appearing in the sky.
There are so many! Sans, look! The stars are finally out! Can you see them?
Snapping out of his thoughts, Sans looked down at the woman, who was now pointing up at the stars. He chuckled.
Yep.
A simple answer as always. Sans, are you actually paying attention? You aren't napping, are you?
Nope.
You'd better not be. It's all so pretty. They look like a sea, don't they?
Yep, I see him, Frisk.
I wonder how many are actually up there. I don't remember them being this bright back in the village.
As Frisk continued to ramble, Sans's gaze turned away from the stars and onto the woman next to him. He chuckled. She was so entranced with the sight above, she hadn't realized his glowing irises now staring at her.
Listen to her. She really likes those stars. She's so sweet. What a soul.
Suddenly, his train of thought from earlier had started to chug away once more. It was becoming challenging to process what Frisk was saying the longer she talked. Giggling, she reached down and took one of the mugs of hot chocolate they had brought along with them. After taking a sip, she smiled back up at the sky.
When I lived there with the other humans, I never really noticed how beautiful the sky could be. But then again, I didn't seem to notice anything as pretty as the stars till I met you.
Even with all of the thoughts swirling around in his skull, that last part Frisk had mentioned caught his attention.
Till she met me, huh? Maybe she feels the way I do?
With this thought in mind, Sans turned away, an awkward grin spreading across his bony jaw.
I wonder if she knows how how much she actually means to me. Damn human.
Just as he began to chuckle to himself, Frisk gave a gasp, which brought Sans' attention back to her. He found her with her eyes unusually wide as she pointed up toward the starry sky. Glancing up, Sans barely saw it, the glimpse of a shooting star.
Ah! A shooting star? A shooting star!
Excited, the woman scooted over, pressing her shoulder against Sans's.
Sans! Sans, did you see? Did you? There was a shooting star! We get to make a wish now!
A wish, huh?
Yeah! Do you have a wish?
I think I do have a wish.
Suddenly, a grin appeared on Sans's face, one of mischievousness, but also a glint of yearning. He began to lean forward, catching Frisk off guard.
Sans? Sans, what are you...
Before she could finish, her lips were covered by the skeleton's own mouth. Holding his arms around her, he kept them locked in place.
I'm so lucky. There's nothing else I could wish for. This girl.
Sans...
Frisk.
After a few moments, Sans finally pulled away. With a smile, he gave her a wink.
I already got my wish.
What?
Though Sans was acting normal at first, Frisk sat in awe, simply staring at him, her cheeks flushing with heat. Just slightly, the skeleton's bones began to nervously shudder.
Huh? Something wrong? It wasn't that bad, was it? Say something, won't ya?
Suddenly, Frisk's body began to shake, her voice squeaking as the red glow from her cheeks spread to the rest of her face. Though he may have been a simple skeleton, without any skin or sweat glands, Sans was sure he had begun to profusely sweat.
Frisk? Frisk?
You kissed me? You actually kissed me? What was that about? Why'd you do that?
Oh, man.
You actually did? I can't believe it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
As the woman continued to ramble incoherently, Sans looked away, bringing a bony hand up to cover his glowing eyes.
Damn. Did I mess up? What the hell were you thinking, Sans? She just looks so cute and happy.
Suddenly, the woman leaned over, now tightly clinging to the sleeve of Sans's hoodie.
Did you mean it?
Huh? Well...
Sans, what did you mean by that? What did you mean you already got your wish?
Frisk...
Nervously, she clung to Sans' arm tighter, shoving her face into the sleeve of his hoodie in an attempt to hide her blush.
I'm sorry, it's just,
There she goes, making that face again.
Suddenly, Frisk looked away, apparently not satisfied with the protection his sleeve was offering.
My wish, it's come true too. I mean, being with you, with everyone really. That's my wish. I want to stay with you.
Oh, Frisk.
Chuckling, he gave the woman a gentle, toothy smile.
Hey, Frisk.
Yeah?
Reluctantly, she looked up into Sans' skull, only to see him giving another one of his mischievous smiles. Slowly, he began raising his hands, though Frisk didn't seem to notice due to his intense gaze.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, that face you're making right now...
It took Frisk half a second to realize the tips of his fingers were now digging into each of her cheeks. As she cried, "Ow!" Sans chuckled.
Is pretty dangerous. Get dunked on.
Playing around, he continued to pull at her cheeks, to which Frisk flailed around in response.
Ow! Sans, quit it! That
This is what you get for acting so cute all the time, human.
Sans! Ah! Ow!
Still laughing, Sans finally released her face. Fuming, Frisk brought her hands up to her cheeks, frowning with one of them puffed out as she rubbed. This only made Sans laugh more.
This face is even cuter.
Ouch! That really hurt!
Bothered, she flung her head away, her brow furrowed in frustration.
You really are the worst!
Oh, come on, Frisk. I was just messing with you.
Obviously! I guess acting all sweet was just an act so you could assault my cheek, huh?
Holding back a chuckle, Sans finally managed to control his ribcage bones.
Oh, come here.
He wrapped an arm around her, yet she playfully tried to get away.
No! I'm still mad at you!
Come on, don't get cheeky with me. Come on, turn the other cheek, won't you?
I would, but that one still stings too!
Oh, come on, you can't stay mad forever.
Closing his eyes and smiling gently, Sans leaned in, softly pressing his forehead against hers, something she allowed, even if she was still growling.
I'm sorry, Frisk. It's just... when you look all cute like that.
He leaned in, giving her a gentle but firm hug.
I just can't control myself. Not even down to my last bone.
Sans...
You're my star, Frisk.
Huh?
Suddenly, his hold around her grew tighter.
I love you, Frisk. You're my bony world.
Aww.
That's why I don't need a wish. I already have it.
Sans...
Taking in the skeleton's words to heart, Frisk gave an awkward smile before burying herself into his ribcage.
So, what do you say, Frisk? Don't leave me bone dry here.
Me too.
What was that? I couldn't quite hear you.
Me too, Sans. Me too.
Nice.
With their feelings now confessed, the two continued to sit, holding each other tight as another shooting star flew above their heads.